Hello, you sexy true art believers. I hope you're doing well tonight. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 400 Days of Drawing, and it is, oh my goodness, it's day 398. This is every day I do one more. I get like the giggles because it's just so unfathomable to me. It's just amazing. Uh, Anyways, today we're going to be doing a grid drawing. I'm working on this portrait I've been working on for the past forever, and it's not going to go. It's not going fast. That's for sure. It's definitely not going fast. Grid drawings are notorious for being slow, like slow drawings. They're very slow. And but anyways, I'm going to stick to it. It might even take me the whole year to get this done because I'm only working on it like part time, and I'm only working on it at 30 minutes at a time. Actually, more like 28. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. Right. Okay, I hope you're doing well. And let's see here. Where am I? Okay, I gotta make sure I have my the correct. There we go. I want that, and I want to make sure I have the right brush. Go right here to a soft round. Get that soft round in there. Soft round, and we're going to use or minimize this. And we're gonna the dress is locked, and here we go. It's easy peasy, lemon breezy, lemon squeezy. I don't know. Let's get going, man. Let's get going. We're gonna zoom in, and we're gonna work on the areas that work on these areas right here. So this is the photo, and this is the areas that is my little grid area that I've been working on. And it's super slow, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's just the slowest thing. It's like a slow process, and I just can't. As I was saying, like grid drawings are notorious for being really just really slow. They're not a fast drawing media, is it medium or fast drawing style? And that's fine too, right? It's okay to have a slow like progression with your artwork as long as the drawing's moving forward. I'm not too worried about um it not going fast enough. Here's a little thing that I've been thinking about. Actually, I haven't been thinking about this at all. But like, I think if you, I said that as like I said it as if I'm like thinking about it constantly. You know how someone always says, there's Gary Vaynerchuk's always like, he's always in all his videos, he's like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Like he's like, apparently he thinks about everything all the time, every day. Like every single thing that every question he's posed, he always answers like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And I'm like, dude, you can't think about everything. You can't have a monopoly on all things thought. Like I've been thinking about this. Like every question he's asked, he's thought about. Like you could say you've thought about it all till the cows come home. But like it's always so funny to hear him say that he's been thinking about that question, some like business question or like I don't know, like some question. Always it's entertaining, man. He does very well. So like who am I to judge other people, like multimillionaires? Like I don't have any like anything to like offer to them, right? I can't be like, hey, here's my advice, like, so like take my comments with a grain of salt. But I always thought it was kind of funny when Gary Vaynerchuk would say like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. But and the answer is he probably hasn't been thinking about it a lot, but I think this is like a knee jerk like habit response that he gets, and I think that he does, and I think that's probably a thing that people do to make it sound more credible. Maybe, I don't know. Heck, I don't know. That might be the case. Who knows? I don't know what people are thinking. Maybe he really is thinking about everything all the time, forever. Um, so I've been thinking about this, not forever, not a lot, but I think I've talked about this many times with my students back in the day. Is if you can do a grid drawing, you can do almost anything. Like not like anything, but you can do like if you applied the same amount of effort that you've applied to a really good grid drawing, you can do a lot of stuff because grid drawings take a lot of like time, man. And there's this I really don't like long like time lapse videos on YouTube. I love watching them, but like actually I don't even love watching them because I don't have unless the time lapse video stops and then has the artist talk about what he was doing, what he or she was doing at that time. It's hard to do. It's hard to really pay attention because like I have to slow down the video to see what the person's doing to see like, oh, so this is the feature, this was the setting that he was doing or she was doing, this is the brush that that person was doing. And it's like you need to give me an explanation if you're gonna do a time lapse like that. Like I mean, then again, I'm being a little bit ignorant too because I do time lapse videos and I don't give explanations. But then again, I don't do full drawing time lapses. And I think the reason why, oh, here's the thing. I feel like I don't need to do an explanation video on what I'm doing is because I've live streamed all of my time lapses are pretty much my live streams. So any like drawing that I've done, any time lapse video that I've done is pretty much every live stream that I've done for the past 398 days. So like I don't really need to go around and talk about give an explanation for that, right? But I was thinking like if you can do a grid drawing and really apply yourself on a good grid drawing, you can do a lot of you can do really amazing work because what a grid drawing means to a lot of artists, especially like people that done grid have people that do grid drawings in general. What it means is that you're willing to put in a substantial amount of time in your art. And When I was teaching, I would have a lot of students that were not willing to put a substantial amount of time in their art. Um, I think part of it because they thought that the process was boring, you know. I'm gonna be honest with you, like a lot of art can be boring. Like there's a lot of like steps you have to go. There's a lot of processes that you have to do to get to a certain outcome. Art is really art can be kind of mathematical, man. Art can be mathematical in its execution, and people that see the outcome don't think it's mathematical. But a lot of artists are very like they're kind of like uh, what's it called alchemist in a way with how they're achieving their effects. You know, they're mixing materials that they're doing mixing materials that aren't really meant to be mixed. They're trying to create effects that uh, aren't really intended to happen with said materials. So that a lot of them can be kind of like alchemists in their own right, you know. And so there's that if you can spend time on an artwork on a piece of work, for an extended period of time, you are going to be unstoppable. Um, and I know like there's certain like portrait artists, like grid portrait artists, like what was it, Chuck Close. Chuck Close. I don't know if don't quote me on this. I don't know if this is an actual fact, but I believe I've heard this in passing. I may even read it in an article or in a book. But he would only pump out create like one or two paintings a year because it took him like 6 months to do one painting, you know, and yeah, it takes and he would always have he would have a show once every 5 years because it took him that long to make enough pieces to actually have an art show. Um, and there's a lot of things that people don't know about of how the level of commitment it takes to be an artist, the amount of time it takes to make like fine art. It can take a long time. I know artists that spend 50 hours on a painting. And you get to be honest with you, I'm gonna be quite frank. That is in the whole grand scheme of like how long a painting is. That's like that's a short painting. You know, like I know artists that'll spend 50 hours on like a 4 inch by 4 inch area of their painting. You know, I know artists that do 4 inch by 4 inch paintings because it takes them 50 hours to do that. And if they went any larger, they would never get their paintings done. They would like literally, they'd never get done. It'd be like painting forever. It would be a forever painting. Um, but like grid drawings, man, they are a, a huge indication of your commitment as an artist. And, they are definitely a huge commitment. I think to me, these live streams have shown are like a kind of a testament to the commitment to my art. You know, through thick and thin, through whether or not I've done good artwork or bad artwork. I would like to say I've done okay artwork, but whether or not it's been the artwork has been good, I would like to think that the fact that I've done it for so long shows that I have some sort of like grit. And to be honest with you, there's been days that I've not been there. I'm gonna be honest with you, like 80% of the time, I do not want to do it, especially since I've done it so long. Because there's been days where it hasn't been really convenient, and nothing has been nothing like no matter like it's the reason why it's not convenient is because everything like my scheduling has been so off kilter. My sleep, there's been a lot of factors that led to why I haven't been able to get the outcome that I want with the with my live streams. And it's a work in progress, man. I've been a work in progress for my whole life, but for the past 5 years, I've been trying to uh, uh, improve myself in some form or another. Like I've been trying to become better at scheduling, become better at like waking up at a certain time frame, become better at just doing things that normally would piss me off, like or like maybe be like angry, like just stupid stuff. Like all of us don't like doing chores, right? I'm like, oh, stupid chores, got to do chores, got to clean up, you know. And it's taken me forever just to kind of accept that that's part of life, you know, and just accept it, right? It's okay to have those feelings too. It's okay to have those like that feeling of like anger, I guess. Not anger, but like frustration that you have to do that thing, like I don't want to do that thing. I really don't. I don't want to do that thing. And it's okay to have those feelings. I've kind of gotten to the point I've learned to accept like that it's okay to feel uh, angry or upset sometimes or frustrated because you're not able to get your full day done. But I've also learned to kind of just understand that I've learned to kind of manipulate my schedule for the next day and improve a little bit. Um, I have a few things I haven't been able to get really dialed in is working with a calendar. I start out really good at the beginning of the year, and then things get so hectic in life near the end of the year that it just becomes so like unmanageable to kind of schedule a time to work on a calendar. And I've tried and I've tried and I'm still trying. Like I am still trying to master the calendar. And like some people, like you think that you think that it'd be easy. Some people get it. Some people just like get scheduling and calendars. Um, you know, and some people are masters of their own universe in a sense where they're able to kind of work to like they really are able to manipulate the they really know how to like just know how to stick to the schedule if and if someone pulls them away from their schedule, they know how to get back to it really quick. um I've often been like, if I get momentum, The analogy is if I get momentum, it's like a snowball. Like I start getting really, really good at scheduling my time and waking up on time, going to bed early, and then one thing happens. Like um, there's an emergency or there's something that I had to stay late at work, a lot much later at work than normal, and I stay up so late that I'm not able to go to bed at the time that I want to, and so I wake up late, and then uh, I end up taking a nap or something, just stuff that like compounds that like at face value, it's not a big deal, but like when you add it all up, it starts really amounting to something that really can kind of throw your whole like I don't know, mojo maybe? Your whole mojo off, I guess that might be a phrase that you could use, I guess. I don't know, your whole planning schedule can just be reduced to smithereens in a matter of just 1 or 2 bad days, you know? And, um, it took me a while. It's taken me a while to, like, do this. This is a skill that is very hard to do, or at least I believe it is. I mean, other people might disagree. I think the skill to be able to kinda get back up on the horse quicker is a really good skill. And what I mean by that is, like, whenever you, like, fail at something and then you try to start back up that thing that you're trying to achieve, like say you're trying to lose weight. I always use this reference because it's like one of the most it's just the most like I guess it's the most relatable like reference I can use. So say like you're trying to lose weight and then you're doing really well, you lost 10 pounds and then you lost 15, and all of a sudden, I don't know, you went to a friend's house or you went somewhere and you ate something you shouldn't have, right? And then you ended up you ate something you shouldn't have, then you had another thing that you shouldn't have ate, and then the next day you felt really guilty about eating those things that you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna continue this trend of eating the bad thing that I'm not supposed to be eating. And then pretty soon you feel even worse and you kind of start this down this like path of like, oh, I should have start down this path of or at least what a path of what feels like a path of no return, where you're like, well, I've already started this new chain of things. I might as well just kind of go back to my regular diet of eating junk food, I guess. I don't know. That was a bad reference, but and you find it very hard to, what I mean like is after that you find it very hard to kind of jump back up onto like the health bandwagon, and it gets really hard to do. And some people, me included, I found it very challenging at the very beginning to get back on the the metaphorical horse of life and certain things that I wanted to do. And I've gotten better at that. So that is something that I'm very happy about. Like it used to be that I'd fall off the wagon, you know, and then I would it'd take me months and months. It took me a month at the very least to really get back that momentum. Now I can almost get it back within a week or even a few days or even the next day. I just gotten really really good at doing that. So now I'm going to save it real quick, and I think that layer is done. So what I'm going to do is where are we? We're going to go to the dress copy. We're going to do that. We're going to zoom in. No, we're going to dress copy, and let's see. I need to basically. Oh yeah, and we're going to go to view window. I want to go to view, and I want to snap to guides. So we're going to do snap to guides here. right here. And we're just going to delete that layer right there. We're going to delete it, right? And then we're going to go right here and we're going to delete those X's as well because now we're on a completely new layer. Now let's lock image pixels, lock position. There we go. Now, there we go. Now we are on the next layer. That is good. Making good time. I've gotten better at doing these quicker. So that's another thing that's happened. With this grid is when I first started it during the live stream, it took me like 30 minutes to do like 3. Now I'm able to do them much quicker. And it took me a long time to start to be able to talk. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to X this out so I don't get lost. Right, we're going to go to this X section, and we're just going to go and move right here, and we're going to zoom in right here, and we're just going to go ahead and oops, no. Let's see the history here. I'm going to go to lock layer, deselect. We're going to press B, and we're just going to go ahead and X this, X this, X this. That way I'm not having to, I know what layer I'm working on. And I'm going to X all of them just to be safe. Because I have a tendency to kind of like forget where I'm at. So notice you can see right here that's all blurry. That's the layer that I haven't worked on. And this one actually might take longer because I think, oh, I know what I need to do. We need to go to view and take the snap off because I'm getting these X's that are snap into the grid here. So we're going to, there we go. Do I still have the snap? Okay, snaps off. Snap off. All right, I'm going to move, see? Done, 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 done. I'm going to like that. And we're just going to move that one just for good measure. And done. So now we got to do this. Pretty good, man. I have to say though, I'm making good. I'm not making good time, but I've gotten better at it. It's taken me a while to talk during my live streams. And there's been times where when I'm doing the live stream, especially during late at night, where excuse me, I had to drink some water, where I am not able to articulate my ideas. And it's been funny, man. It's been a hell of a ride, man, to like look back at it and just like be like, whoa, I did some dumb stuff. I was a dumb, dummy, dumb. You know? But it is what it is, man. It's gonna be that's just you're gonna have to have those days. And I think what these live streams have really helped me out with is just being extra humble. You know, it's really humbled me quite a bit. And in a sense, like seeing other artists, right, is humbling in its own right, you know. But doing these live streams and just like bombing almost all the time has been a very like just overall humbling experience and a very just it's been very nice to kind of have that because a lot of us we're kind of like we don't really there's a lot of people that need to be humbled a little bit more, you know, and kind of be graceful, have grace and be happy, you know, and understand that they're not the center of the world, you know. And it's really, really humbling to do these live streams every day where I'm either on point or either like this is bad. It's like it's like so what's good and bad about it is it's very honest, but like the bad part is like sometimes it's like you're bombing live, right? You're just like you have a forever like a what's a time capsule of when you did dumb stuff live. And there's something to be said about that. Like it's I think I think one thing that happens that you get from doing these lives if you do them is that if you kind of broadcast all your flaws, no one can hurt you. No one can like tease you. No joke or like insult will affect you because you've done you've already like anything that they say to you you've probably already done to yourself uh 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 tenfold. Like they like people will want to insult you like, oh yeah, you embarrassed yourself on this live stream. Like good, I'm glad. Well, it means that what you're saying to me does not hurt me because like I can't there's nothing that you could do to insult me. Like I've done all the bad things. Like everything I've done wrong is out in the public. Like not like wrong stuff. Like some people say some really bad stuff online, man. Like really crazy stuff. Like why would you say some of the those things online? Like oh, freedom of speech. Like oh man, some of the things you're saying, and it goes on both aisles. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care left, right, center. Like it goes on both aisles, and people and the problem is both these people, these groups think they're right, and that's like no, there is no like in my opinion there is no like definitive right and definitive wrong. There's always something that there's always context. There's always something, you know, and oh man, I don't know, like obviously the you could prove me wrong by here like there's a video footage of this person literally committing a heinous crime. Of course that you can't I don't really I'm not really talking about that, of course, but like just like stuff that people say. I'm not talking about like acts of violence. I'm talking about like just like things that people say because they think that they're right, and that's just terrible like thinking in my opinion, to think that you're always right. It's narcissistic and it's stuck up. Like there's like you're not taking into consideration other person's feelings, or other person's situations. And it's weird like how kind of sedated we are. I'm taking a long time on this one, by the way. I don't know why. It's weird how like numb and sedated we are to like things, and it's frustrating, of course. Like it can be very frustrating to think those type of things, but like I don't know where I'm going with this chain of thought, to be honest with you. I don't even know where I'm going. I've been everywhere today. Like gosh, I was just saying like David Goggins, the guy who you like I don't know if he's a Navy SEAL still or a former Navy SEAL. I was going to say SEAL, where he's like, you can't hurt me, man. Like you can't hurt me. As his book's called, You Can't Hurt Me, because anything that you've anything that people are saying about him, he's probably already thought to himself, anyways. So you can't mentally get past him, right? And a lot of people care too much. I know I said 30 minutes, but I have technically 2 minutes because I had a 2 minute intro. People care too much of what other people think of them, you know? And don't worry. Focus on yourself and keep being better, and try to serve others. Try to serve your friends, your family. And that's something I've been trying to be more mindful of. And I can do it. I do it better when I'm in a state of like flow or in a pleasant state. like mental state. And sometimes, I'm fallible, man. I'm just a human. I make mistakes like every other person, and I'm fallible, and I make those mistakes. And I own up to them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I raise my voice a lot, and it's not always out of anger. It's always because like I'm kind of a little bit deaf. Like I might be a little bit deaf. I've been when I was younger, I worked in a warehouse, man, and they had these giant tire kilns basically, and they would heat up tires, and they were loud. They were loud. I was probably the only one there that wore earplugs. They were loud, 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 loud. And, I might be somewhat deaf from it, you know. I also think I might have tinnitus. I don't even know. Like my ears kind of ring. I don't know if that's tinnitus. I hear that it is, but like it's not like some people say that tinnitus, like the ringing is so bad that they're like dizzy or something like that. I don't have that. I just it like it comes and goes, and like it's only as like bad as I as how much it's only as bad as how much attention I put into it. So if like I'm focusing on it, it becomes a very big problem. But if I'm not really focusing on it, then I don't really it's not like a big issue for me, you know. So anyways, I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to zoom out right here. It's been a pretty productive day, actually. I'm really quite proud of myself. I got like these squares done. I started this. I was able to do a few things. I think tomorrow, if I can finish up these squares and get up to here or maybe even here, that would be an amazing day. That would really do be a quite an amazing day. But I can't always get those get that far, get as far as I like. But it is what it is, man. I'm trying my best. um, I really just want to do the this pattern in the grid, and then I'll go back and kind of work on the portrait. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to draw this, but I'm pretty sure that some people are going to be quite happy that I'm working on this piece. Anyways, let me zoom out right here real quick. Whoa, what? Whoa! I don't need to do that. Stop zooming in like that. I didn't press that. Whoa, boy. I think it's saved. Anyways, I got to get going. Everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my live stream, and hopefully you learned a little bit, and hopefully you got some nice life advice. I don't know. Who knows? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.